In a small Nigerian town, three brothers once shared everything: their hopes, their struggles, and the love of their late parents. But by 2022, Odion, Omo, and Rashid stood on opposite sides of the line drawn by betrayal, desperation, and greed. One twin locked in an Italian prison, the other two locked in a bitter conflict that would end in the most tragic way possible. It was said that Odion, one of the identical twins, had fallen in with the wrong crowd in Italy. His life had taken a dark turn, landing him in prison for an alleged murder. Desperate to free his brother Omo, who had returned to Nigeria from Libya empty-handed, turned to the one person he thought could help: Rashid, their eldest brother, a lecturer at a local polytechnic. But Rashid wasn't eager to get involved. What could a lecturer do to free a man accused of a crime so severe? And more importantly, why would he risk everything for a brother whose fate seemed already sealed? Omo pressured Rashid relentlessly. It didn't matter that Rashid had his own life, a family to care for, and limited means to help. The demands kept coming: more money, more land sales, more sacrifices to get Odion out of prison. Omo's pleas turned to accusations. He believed that Rashid was hiding money from the sale of their family's land, keeping for himself what should have been shared equally among the siblings. According to whispers, Rashid had sold their ancestral land while Omo was in Libya and Odion was locked up in Italy. When Omo returned, Rashid gave him some of the proceeds, but it wasn't enough. Omo wasn't satisfied. He believed Rashid had cheated him, and in his frustration, Omo began to suspect that Rashid never cared about Odion's plight in the first place. The relationship between the brothers began to crumble, every conversation turning into an argument over money, betrayal, and blood. Desperate and consumed by anger, Omo began seeking answers from a native doctor, a decision that would seal his fate. The native doctor filled Omo's mind with dark thoughts. He told him that Rashid had used Odion's destiny for his own gain, sacrificing the twins' fortunes to secure his own success. Every visit to the native doctor worsened Omo's resentment toward Rashid. His mind became clouded with jealousy, paranoia, and betrayal. The idea that Rashid was the reason for both twins' failures took root deep in Omo's heart. Rashid was thriving as a lecturer, with a stable life and a family. But Omo had returned from Libya with nothing. And Odion was rotting in a foreign prison. The injustice of it all burned like fire in Omo's chest. It was as if Rashid's success mocked their suffering, and Omo couldn't bear it any longer. On the day of their aunt's funeral, Omo's rage finally boiled over. He called Rashid out into the bushes, away from the mourners, under the guise of wanting to talk. As Rashid stepped into the secluded area, Omo confronted him one last time. The conversation quickly turned into an argument, an ugly, desperate clash between two brothers, each carrying years of resentment. Then, Omo raised the gun. No one knows where he got it, but in that moment, it didn't matter. Rashid's fate was sealed. This tragic tale reminds us that family feuds can leave scars too deep to heal. It's a story of how jealousy, greed, and miscommunication can turn brothers into enemies. Omo sought answers from a native doctor, but instead, he found destruction. He blamed Rashid for his failures and Odion's imprisonment. But in the end, it wasn't Rashid who took their destinies, it was their own choices.